We used this tattoo paper off of Amazon. Silhouette also has a version if you want to check it out, but this one was just cheaper, to create this tattoo that's still drying and a little bit glossy. We're going to add some makeup, probably some type of saran wrap to create that like film. I'm gonna attempt to do it as realistic as possible with what I have at home, and we're gonna prank my husband, my sister, and my mom, like family, and my best friend. So let's see who falls for it, because some of them know that I'm like an average prankster. Like, I am your go-to prankster. I love pulling pranks around the house, so we'll see how it goes. So this is the printable temporary tattoo paper that I bought. Silhouette did have a version, but this one was just cheaper, and with the reviews and stuff, I ultimately just went with this one. So make sure you read the instructions according to the paper that you have, and we're gonna get started. All right, I'm gonna get one piece of this tattoo paper and just pop it into my printer. Now, if you're curious, I'm using the Epson EcoTank 2760, and I'm just using regular printer ink, nothing fancy. First step is print, and then we're gonna go from there. I did go ahead and create this tattoo looking design on Canva, and I wanted to use part of his name to just freak him out even more. So this is what I did, and I'm just going to download this as a PNG image with a transparent background and then upload it into Cricut Design Space. Now that we've downloaded the PNG graphic, we're gonna go on over to upload image, and browse. And then I'm just gonna grab that and open it as well. Perfect, the background is removed. So I'm good to just go ahead and press continue. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I hope this prank goes well. I mean, I don't know if my husband's gonna necessarily believe it because he knows me, but I think my friend will when I FaceTime her. She's probably gonna be like, it's a joke, right? It is a little blurry. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but let's try it and see if we can make it so it's not so blurry. Okay, it's not actually blurry when I upload it, so that's awesome. I want the size to be about 2 inches, so we're going to shrink that down, and then I'm just going to enlarge my canvas to be able to mess around with it a little bit. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this prank. I feel like because I put the name on it rather than pranking him with like a random image that you could have just grabbed from like Amazon as temporary tattoos, then it's even better. Though he does know I have a Cricut, so he might just be like, yeah, I don't think you made this. I'm going to duplicate it and mirror one of them in case I need it to be mirrored for when I like put it on there. Okay, so one of the images are mirrored, one of them is, or 2 of them I guess, is just regular. In case I mess up, then I am able to do that. We'll do one like a little bit bigger just to see if I like it bigger. Do a few of them in case it like comes off. Okay, we're gonna make it and we're going to continue. I need to change my material size to 8.5 by 11. Continue. Send to printer. For my printer settings, I'm going to remove bleed. I'm going to do use system dialog, and then I'm just going to change the quality to high just to ensure that the print isn't super blurry or anything. This is just what I usually do when I print anything else or anything out. And I think I'm going to do glossy paper, and advanced I will do high quality, and we're ready to print. It's printing! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see what it looks like. Alrighty, I'll show you when it's done printing. My printer is still printing, so I'm going to talk a little bit louder, but each of these packages also come with these cover sheets, and it's saying that's the next step, so I'm going to pull that out and get that ready. They look pretty good. I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes before I put the cover on and cut it out. I'm hoping it doesn't leave the white background because it's like on the paper, so I'm hoping it just pulls up the ink. I was concerned of a white border being around since my Cricut couldn't cut out the letters intricately like this. Like, these are really fine letters. This would be really hard for my Cricut, so I thought it'd have the white border. It does not. It does keep like a shiny border, so keep that in mind if you do want to use this, to just cut it out a little slimmer. Now, I intentionally did a large shiny border around it to look like that second skin for the tattoo prank, but if I were to do this like to wear out or for an event, I would do a smaller border that I cut as much as I could. Or if you're doing a larger kind of image, you can just cut it out on your Cricut. Would be a lot easier. But for this design, that's how I did it. Yes, could this be something that's not very safe to put on your skin because it probably absorbs the ink? Possibly. But it's fine. We're just gonna try it. Hopefully we don't die. it does not get absorbed into your skin. I wanted to address this. This was my main concern when it came to actually creating these. I thought the inkjet printer ink would go into your skin, and kind of like if you were to draw with like a Sharpie or a marker on your body as like a temporary tattoo. It actually sits on top of this film that you see, like this big shiny rectangle. If I were to peel this up, the rectangle piece, all of the ink would come out. I don't know why. My interpretation was that it would like go into your skin, kind of like I said, if you were to draw on your skin. So it's kind of cool that it's not actually being like absorbed, because I don't think that would be good for you. When I was younger, I would literally draw a temporary tattoo with Sharpie on my ankle every single day for about 3 years straight, all through high school. For some reason, people actually thought I had a tattoo because I drew it, like I said, every day. And in the exact same spot, because it would like leave the markings, you know, for a few days. I would just make it like brighter every day, I guess, with my Sharpie. So, you know, probably already have all that stuff that went in my body earlier, so it's fine. We're all fine. Okay, so I'm letting it dry a little bit, but for this cover sheet, it does peel up and separate. So I will be putting that on and then doing the rest of it once it fully dries. I'll give it like 5 minutes to dry first. I'm going to peel this up. This is like the cover sheet. I don't really think I need to pull up the whole thing, but that's fine. And I'm going to lay it on top, like so. I'm assuming that was the part that I had to do that for. The next instructions say cut, and then it says transfers. I feel like the little ones are probably more believable because they're just so small, and like they probably wouldn't think that I would do like a huge version of his name on me. Okay, let's see. I feel like that looks small though. Maybe I should do it bigger. Oh, that looks more believable, the bigger one. Okay, we're gonna do the bigger one. Now it says to transfer. It doesn't really give exact instructions on how to transfer. So I think it's just like a normal tattoo. It doesn't say anything about like peeling the back or anything. I don't know. Should I just see if it will peel? Nope, it didn't peel. Okay. Unless I was supposed to do it with like the other part. Okay, let me look it up. So tricky. I feel like I have one shot, because if I mess it up, then I'm gonna have to like cover it up or something. I feel like my forearm would be a good spot for it. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and go for it. Is anything transferring? Literally nothing is happening. Am I supposed to like pull it up? Let's see. Maybe I have to like pull it up off of the backing. Didn't say that, but in the instructions, but we never know. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I did this right. I mean, the instructions aren't very clear. It just says cover. It doesn't say cover with what. So I don't know if this is doing anything. There was like a sticky thing from the cover too, and then there was like a... Okay, nothing is happening. I feel like this isn't done right. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so I watched like a full-on video tutorial on how to use this exact paper. Firstly, it didn't even tell you to mirror image. So if you are doing writing, I'm pretty sure we have to mirror your image. We will confirm shortly. Secondly, I don't understand why the film is there, because in the tutorial it had you transfer to the film, cut around it, and then go ahead and just take off the film. Okay, so it left like a big boxy residue, but I'm assuming this will like dry and then I'll be able to do it. And I saw a tutorial on TikTok of how to like cover it up, like makeup artists do it on sets to make it look more realistic. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I think because I'm gonna cover it with like a film too, he's not gonna see like the glossy part of it, and I'm gonna also make it look like a little bit red. So yeah, we're gonna try to prank him today. I will let this dry and then I'll show you, I guess, the rest of it after. But yeah, don't even bother using the film. That was silly. I don't know why that was in there. Houston, we have a problem. It is like pulling up, but pulling up the whole entire thing. It like didn't even leave anything. You can barely see anything. What the heck? I don't understand what happened. So let's try this again for the third time. On the package, it didn't really have clear instructions, which is kind of frustrating, but I reread the Amazon listing and it mentioned that when you put the glossy film on top, you're supposed to do it with a scraper. So I just used my squeegee from TeckWrap. You could use your Cricut scraper. And this way the adhesive from the sticky sheet goes onto it. You're gonna peel off the glossy backing from the printed piece of paper, and then you're gonna transfer it. And I guess that's what keeps it on there is the adhesive. So we're gonna hope that this is scraped on really good. Probably gonna use my Cricut scraper as well. It's a good thing I have all these tools. See, this is a great Cricut crafter craft or prank to do. Okay, let's try this for a third time and hope that this time it actually works, because this prank is just getting annoying at this point. So first it said to peel it up. Now I'm a little nervous because I don't know how well it's gonna go, but it's fine. Okay, we've peeled it up. Try to line it up. Okay, well, it's going there now because it's sticky. So apparently that's where we're gonna put it. So it said not a cloth that's sopping wet or dripping, but enough that the water can go through. I guess if it's sopping wet, it'll just remove it. So we're just gonna do that and hold it on here for 60 seconds. And hopefully this time it actually works. Has it been 60 seconds yet? Nope, just like 10. That's great. We're going to pull this off and see if it actually worked this time. Okay. It's drying. Let's see what happens. Y'all, I didn't think this through. I can't bend my arm or it will peel it up, apparently. Dumb. I can't hold my baby. I can't change her diaper. I can't drive my car, and I have to drive my car in about an hour, and he's not gonna be home for about 5 hours, so looks like we're gonna have to attempt it again later. Ah! Here is the final look of what it looks like. It's super cute. I love how it turned out. I did add my makeup, so that's why it looks a little irritated, but yeah, it's super cute. Honestly, the reason I messed up so many times is really frustrating because their instructions aren't very clear. Print, cover, cut, transfer. There's no point where it says to rub the piece like I figured out later. Which piece am I covering it with? Which piece am I pulling off before I transfer? Because there's actually a piece you have to take off. It doesn't explain anything on here. Later on did I realize that you can pull this out and give you clear instructions. It should have had mirror your print on the front of this packaging, okay? It should have had these instructions a little clearer or wrote like read the back, because normally I'm not going to open an entire package and pull out all the papers to find this. So this is why I messed up. Yes, I should have checked the packaging, but honestly I thought these instructions were the instructions because it doesn't say like read package for more clear instructions. It looked pretty straightforward, which is why I did exactly this. It didn't work, and then I did a little more of a deep dive, and I only actually figured out the instructions by looking on the Amazon listing itself. Later I found out that this was on here inside the package, and again, I'm not gonna like, I like keeping my things in the package, so I'm not gonna like sift through it and break it to try to find if there's instructions in here. My overall thoughts is I did actually like it once I actually figured it out and read the instructions clearly. It did work pretty good. It is a pretty cool thing for the price that it is. I do want to try the silhouette version. It's a little bit more expensive, but I just want to see if it is better, because I do feel like the way they packaged it, it didn't make it very user-friendly. It wasn't very clear instructions the way that they packaged it. Maybe they could have wrote like instructions inside or something, but writing some of the instructions on the front and saying that's all of the instructions is a little confusing when there's actually a lot more steps that make a huge difference whether it stays or not, because the first instructions did work, it just didn't stay, if that makes sense. So either put all the instructions or part of them and then make it clear that that's not all of the steps that need to be done, because just writing steps A, B, C, and D and writing what you need to do, it wasn't clear. But that's maybe just something that the brand could work in the future and like put it out I don't know, maybe I'll write a review or something. I don't know if they even look at those, but maybe that'll like help them, that they could do something more clear on the packaging so people know like where to go to find the instructions, or that those aren't just the instructions. It is time to go and do the prank. So I'm gonna do that in a separate video for this one. I don't wanna make this video too long. So I'm gonna post part 2, the prank part, right after this. So it's gonna be my next video. I'll also link it down below. So once you're watching this, you'll probably see it linked down below. And yeah, that'll be the pranks and we'll see how it goes. Don't forget to subscribe for all of your crafty and Cricut tips, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye! From my tattoo and me.